Hey everyone, welcome back to another Waffle Wednesday. This is Waffle Wednesday number 2. Today is Thursday, December 26th, 2024, and just got done doing all my holiday stuff. I've had holiday stuff going on since the 22nd. I've had like 4 days of holiday stuff. Went to my girlfriend's dad's house a couple times, went to my mom's house, my uncle's house. Yeah, it's been if you can't tell by how exhausted I look, I'm very tired. I also just got done for the last 3 hours or so. I've been transferring licenses over from my computer to my Mac, and just for like all my plugins and stuff. And I didn't realize how many plugins I had until I started doing that. That was annoying to say the least. I had stuff that I hadn't used in so long that I have in other projects. So I needed to download those. And what really took the longest was just realizing that I signed up for, well, like I downloaded a bunch of plugins and bought a bunch of plugins back when I wasn't using my producer email. Um, so I had to like go to all these places like Isotope and Steven Slate Audio and Waves, all these different places, and just remember what login I had. And like I hit forgot password on every single one of them because I couldn't remember what passwords I used. It was so long ago. Um, like one thing that I'm hoping continue with my Mac, but what I loved about my PC is like everything was already saved. All my logins, everything was just there. I never had to worry about my passwords. I think that was more like a Google thing, but whatever. Um, Now I actually like have like password like backup software and all this other stuff. It makes it a little more complicated, but just staying a little safer out there. My livelihood depends on my access to my accounts and my files and everything, so gotta encrypt stuff, right? But yeah, I'm glad to be done with holiday stuff, but it was really fun. Um really like hanging out with my girlfriend's family. They're fun. Like the best way I could describe it. They're just fun to be around. Um Got to meet some more people in her family, and I guess we'll get into a more like personal thing starting off here. I went to my mom's on the 23rd, and my mom's first time hosting like my family for like Christmas Eve, even though it wasn't really Christmas Eve, but um, it was interesting. So like I said in my Waffle Wednesday before that typically I don't really get along with my family, and it's not like there's not really like hostility or anything like that. It's just I felt like for most of my life, if not my entire life, that my family just doesn't understand me. They just don't get me as a person. And if there were any attempts to try to understand me more or to try to accept me for who I was, I didn't recognize them at all. I didn't see it happening at all. Um I really just have a lot of like bad memories of being like emotionally neglected from my family. Um with the exception of, my mom and my grandma and my cousin Brendan. Um but on the 23rd, I was just, you know, talking with my family. My girlfriend was there with me, just telling them stuff that I've been up to, like working for Frost and doing studio stuff. And um, I guess a little sidebar here. I got to meet Pitbull. That was interesting. I did a show. I don't even remember the day. I did a show at some point in Chicago over at the Theater on the Lakes, like a private little party, and they paid for Pitbull to come out and perform. So as I was like loading stuff up into one of the like the band's trailer, I didn't even realize that like the dude in the hallway was Pitbull with like his whole entourage of security and everything. And he was really nice, dude. Like just I'm finishing up this sidebar soon, but he was really nice. He was just like very appreciative of us like working and taking care of him and moving all of his stuff. Like he looked at like every individual person, like thank you so much, like have a Merry Christmas. Like it was just a genuine dude. That was cool. Um, but just telling my family, stuff like that, and about ready to head out, and my cousin, uh, reached his hand out to shake my hand, and he just he told me for the first time ever in my life that he was proud of me, and I was really taken aback by that. I really didn't know how to even process that. It felt I don't know how to describe how it felt. Overall, I think it felt good just to be like finally get that, like, I guess validation from my family. But how I've kind of operated through my life and like the coping mechanism that I guess I have is the fundamental understanding that external validation is toxic, and I don't seek external validation from anyone really. So, as much as I wanted to just be like, I don't need you to be proud of me, I it was just overwhelming a little bit. Like, oh my god, like I've waited 30 years for this. 31 years. That was incredible. Um then, same thing with my uncle. I mean, my uncle has told me in the past that, he was happy for me, or that he wanted me to succeed and do things, but I don't think I ever heard the words come out of his mouth that he was proud of me until the 23rd. I don't know, like, what happened. I don't know. They just had like a family meeting without me, and they were like, "Hey, we've been shitting on Matt for like way too long. We need to show him some love." I don't know, but it was cool. Yeah, just a little personal thing there, I guess. But yeah, after that, I went back to my girlfriend's dad's on the 24th. Uh, that was fun, just seeing more people in her family, hanging out with people, and then we did Christmas presents on Christmas Day, like really early in the morning. That was the first time I did like an early morning Christmas thing since I was a kid. So that was cool. Just seeing like her younger brother Jack open up his gifts and get like so excited. Like he can't really fully read yet. He can like read. He doesn't know people's like how to read people's names, so he was just like grabbing people's gifts and just like throwing them at random people. It's like, Jack, that's not their gift, but okay, thanks, buddy. Um yeah, that was fun. And this morning, like I said, I transferred all my licenses over, so I'm just exhausted. I need to shower, I need to nap, I need to just chill. But yeah, that's pretty much an update from me on what's going on. Um I plan on, keeping up with this Waffle Wednesday thing, and I know I said I wanted to learn like video editing and stuff, and I kind of took a crack at something today on OBS. I don't know if you can tell, like everything's a little more like yellow and a little more dim. I'm trying out like color correction through OBS and like setting like color keys and stuff like that. Um, just because I don't have like professional lighting or anything, so it may look like a little darker. But I don't know. Overall, I just like dim lights. I like yellow lights. So that back. Oh, geez, sorry, did not mean to smack the mic there. That back there on the camera looks a little funky, but we'll figure that out later. But I'll teach myself some more, video editing stuff and just kind of play around with stuff later. Right now, I'm just trying to get through the busy times and just upload when I can. So, yeah. Oh, got my studio rack that I was talking about in the last Waffle Wednesday. And the funny thing about that is when I opened the box, I thought that they just sent me like the wrong screws because like it would fit in like the screw hole, but it wouldn't go in all the way. And I called Sweetwater. I was like, "What's going on here?" And they're like, "Oh, we'll send you out some other screws. It's probably just a manufacturer defect." And I was just like, "Okay." So I didn't use it all through like the holiday season. And then today I got, well, actually yesterday I got this little guy here. It's like a multi-tool. Um, Heather's dad gave it to me for Christmas, and there's a screwdriver on it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just try it out. And all of a sudden the screws went in perfectly fine. So I don't know what's wrong with the screwdriver I was using last time, but like I was afraid I was gonna break the thing using whatever I was using last time. Maybe it could have been like because they were like sitting out in the cold for like hours. Maybe they were just like too cold to fit into the dude. I don't know. I don't know physics, but either way, the new screwdriver worked well. So I'm just like, damn, thank you for this gift. I love practical gifts. So got my rack set up. It's looking a lot nicer on my desk here. I got a couple things to sort out and make look a little nicer, but it's coming together, man. Oh, I got it's over there, and I don't really want to get up and grab it right now, but I got a capture card. So what I'm hoping to do is like a dual PC, well, PC Mac hybrid stream setup, so where I could have like the load of Pro Tools and Ableton and everything on the Mac here, and then route it to OBS on the computer, so the computer is taking the OBS load for like the streaming and everything. That's the plan to start streaming in the future, and then obviously doing videos and stuff. So we'll see. We'll see how that works. I don't know anything about video routing. It looks really simple on the back, but knowing me and how I operate, it's probably going to be one of the most convoluted things I've ever done in my life. So I'll just have to get back to you on that one, see how that goes. And one last thing I wanted to do before I finish up this little Waffle Wednesday is I kind of wanted to give a little update on one of my collections that I'm starting. So started collecting vinyl like last year or maybe the year before. Just like everybody else, I like having the physical albums, and I want to get like a hi-fi system to actually be able to play my records. And I got an album yesterday from Heather, the Turnstile Glow On. It's one of my favorite albums of all time, and I just wanted to kind of show you guys and my future self how the vinyl collection is starting, and maybe down the line we'll do another update and see how far I've come. So let me grab those really quick here. I would put in like a video cut, like a quick little cut to the next thing if I wanted to open DaVinci right now, but I really don't. So you're just getting me in real time. Sorry. Also, just a little sidebar here. I put a gate on my microphone here through OBS. It's really hard to like tell what the gate is doing or not doing if I can't hear it, and there's no input monitoring in OBS. So this video is kind of like my test to see if this gate works. Because I don't want you hearing like my chair moving and stuff like that when I'm moving around, but I still want you to be able to hear my voice. So we'll figure it out together how this gate sounds. Sorry if the audio quality is terrible. But yeah, anyway, back to the vinyls here. So the very first vinyl that I bought with my own money is this guy right here. Sorry, I'm cycling through a bunch of stuff here, hitting my microphone, smacking it as hard as I possibly can with my wrist. This is the second annual report of Throbbing Gristle. Not a whole lot to look at here. Kind of the whole point of this album. Solid white, but Throbbing Gristle, for those who don't know, is a very influential group in the industrial subgenre of music. They were I think they're pretty much well known as like the founders of like industrial music. They basically just like started using noise and synthesizers to create weird droney like ambient stuff, really like offensive sounds. And that kind of started the whole genre that I love so dearly. I mean, I have a KMFDM tattoo here. I love industrial music, so this is the first album that they've ever like officially released. In the research that I've done, they had like the first annual report of Throbbing Gristle, which was like a demo tape or something that they just kind of like threw out into the streets. Like at all their shows, they would just like hand it out to people, and various people just gain a hold of it, and a lot of people threw it away. A lot of people didn't know what to do with it because it was weird noise, right? It was a genre that hadn't been created yet. So I don't know if there's actual like copies of the first annual report out there. Anyone who knows more about industrial music than me, feel free to, enlighten me. I would love to know more about it. But yeah, this is the first one that I bought. Kind of see a little bit more on the back there. Then second one that I bought is Broken by 9 Inch Nails. I wouldn't say that this is my favorite 9 Inch Nails album. It's actually not even close to my favorite 9 Inch Nails album. I would put this pretty low, honestly, on my favorite 9 Inch Nails. But I saw it at like a local game store back in Indiana where I grew up, and I thought, you know what? If I already have Throbbing Gristle and a couple other ones that I'm about to show you that I inherited from my uncle and my mom, might as well start, right? And this was the only 9 Inch Nails one that they had, so cool. I have 9 Inch Nails Broken, but I would love to own like either Hesitation Marks or Year Zero on vinyl. Year Zero is one of my favorites. Hesitation Marks is really good. Yeah, I love 9 Inch Nails, but it's hard for me to think about what my favorites are right now because I'm so brain dead. Either way, I got I'm just looking through stuff here. I'll go through like the older stuff in a second here, but I got this bad boy from my best buddy in the world, Devron. This is This Place Will Become Your Tomb by my favorite band of all time, Sleep Token. This is so cool. I did like the two vinyls I showed you before, they're sealed. I'm gonna open them up eventually when I get a hi-fi system, but this one I had to open up. And it's really hard to see with like the quality of video that I have now, but there's like really cool art in here. There's like a little booklet that I'm afraid to take out, but here I am doing it anyway because it's really hard to get back in. But it's got like really cool artwork that like the album inspired, or the art inspired the album. I don't know. Just really cool art that's related to the album itself. Just like really, really cool stuff. This video doesn't do it justice, I'm sorry, but it's probably my second favorite album by Sleep Token. Sundowning probably being my first. I don't know though. This album is really, really solid, man. If you're trying to get into Sleep Token, if you're wondering what all the hype is about, I definitely recommend giving this album a shot. I screwed myself over. It's not going to get back in here easily, is it? Oh no. What have I done? What have I done? Oh no. It's stuck on the inner sleeve. Alright, I'm just going to tuck you in there and figure it out later. I knew I was going to bite myself with that. But I'm looking to get all the Sleep Token vinyls soon. I know that they've made like Take Me Back to Eden, Sundowning, but I just don't have them yet. And then this is the one that I just got yesterday, Glow On by Turnstile. Just a really, really solid hardcore album. This album is just so good, man. There's just great songs on here. Michael Elizondo did a great job producing this album. He's one of like the best like music producers that has ever lived. check him out, check everything that he's done. Check out Blow On by Turnstile. It's just a solid album, dude. It's really, really good. And then these are some of the older ones that I have inherited from my family. This was my uncle's Electric Ladyland Jimi Hendrix from like the 60s or maybe the 70s when it came. My dog is like coughing over there. You okay there, buddy? All right? Here. He's just staring at me like, "What are you talking about? I'm fine. I'm just coughing up a lung. It's okay, fine." Anyway, yeah, this is Electric Ladyland. I actually don't know when this album came out. I used to be like really big into Jimi Hendrix back in the day. I still have a great admiration and respect for the dude, but I'm not listening to Jimi Hendrix every day. You know, it's something that'll pop up on my liked playlist and be like, "Oh yeah, All on the Watchtower. I love that song." Or Voodoo Child. Yeah, great one. You know, that's cool. It's vintage. It's very, very old. It's got all of the inserts and everything still. It's just in really bad condition because it's been used a lot in my family. But that was like the first album that I ever got ever in my life. My uncle gave it to me. It was pretty cool. This you know what? We'll save this one for last. That one's really, really cool. This is just Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club, The Beatles, my mom's album. Figured, you know, what good of a music producer are you if you don't own a Beatles album? Like, I wouldn't say that the Beatles are my favorite by any means. I wouldn't even put them in my top 10, maybe not even my top 100. But, you know, it's really impossible to overstate how influential this album was in music history and how important that album was. And then speaking of Beatles, the last album in my collection, this thing is so cool. Don't know where the actual vinyl is. It is lost somewhere in my mom's vinyl collection. We're gonna look for it later, but the sleeve is the cool part. So back when this album came out, and I'm trying to see a date on here. This is the album Yesterday and Today. And for those of you that are like super duper into like classic rock and classic like vintage hi-fi stuff, you'll probably know where I'm getting at here. But for Yesterday and Today, the original album cover was a little bit violent by like 60s, 70s standards. And the United States government actually banned this cover for the album release. So at like the very last minute, all of these like record stores had to like put over a decal, like a sticker over all of these albums to sell them so they didn't, you know, get in trouble with the FCC or whatever. So my mom bought this album and she peeled off the little sticker just so she could have the old art. So it is in pretty bad condition because obviously a sticker was peeled over it. But this is the old album for Yesterday and Today. Really, really cool. It's like some baby doll parts and like slabs of like butcher's meat, like ribs and leg bones and stuff. And buddy, what is going on? Bubba, I'm here. Okay? I don't know what's going on with my dog. That's a little scary though. Okay? He's looking at me like I'm the crazy one. What is happening? Coughing. Okay? All right, I'm gonna wrap this up because I don't know what's going on with it. But yeah, that's my vinyl collection so far. I'm hoping to build on it some more. And that's pretty much it. That's all I got today. Oh god, this is 24 minutes long. I'm so sorry for everything. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a great rest of your day. I hope you all had a great holiday. Please be nice to yourself. Take care of yourself. And I'll see you next time.